Hi guys, it's me, McKay. This is not a talk video or just me talking about stuff. This is me wanting to show you guys an actual idea I had to for SMG4, because SMG4 is cool, and it's in this concept is not really in this concept is more of an arc idea I had, but it was really just a way for me to figure out what could be cool to see a murder drones in a SMG4 crossover, which a bit of detail in that the um, the the murder drones that you're gonna be seeing in this story, it's gonna be they are drones that are not from the actual murder drone series on Glitch Productions channel. They're similar to Tori. Tori is not actually his herself. Tori is herself. She's just someone else. She's just in Tori's actual show. She's a different person. Well, not too different, but what I'm saying is Tori exists in SMG4 and she exists in her own thing. Kind of same with Maggie, I guess, but I don't know. But yeah, and, and that's kind of where I'm going with the murder drones thing. The murder drones one is that they are existing in this that they exist in this world and things are going to be different about them. Well, they're going to have similarities obviously, but they're going to be different. Another thing I want to clear up, the murder drones you see in this one, they're going to be it's gonna be kind of similar story, but I kind of had to come up with certain stuff, and it's not gonna make in the story's probably not gonna make that much sense, which it's SMG4 never really does. But another thing I want to say at the end, I want to say at the end of the story, at the end of the story, I feel like the start of the story starts up pretty good, but then near the end it kind of loses track, don't, and I'm not afraid to mention that. So if you guys think the story's good, or do you just not want to watch, and if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I think you should. I'm not gonna be talking, guys. Don't worry about that. And I'm gonna be having my Google Doc thing read it. But yeah, if you guys think the story is good and you think it should be if it's actually could be a cool arc in SMG4, go ahead and point that out. Anyway, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna turn my mic off, and it's time. And this is the name of the arc, which is SMG4 Stop the Reset, which is another thing I want to bring up. The SMG4, I mean, the murder drones are not the actual main villains. It's actually another villain I created for the channel. And I see this whole thing being probably after Mr. Puzzles, even though Mr. Puzzles thing is still going on. But anyway, enjoy. Please. I'm sorry I keep saying please. I don't have to. I feel like it.
Smg4 concept of Ark Stop the Reset. Fan-made has no real connection to the people of Glitch Productions. This story is narrated if it was to become canon, which is doubtful. It would not be narrated. Now to finally get on with the story. It was a normal day in the Mushroom Kingdom. And everything seems like it was going well. SMG4 was making memes, SMG3 was selling coffee and bombs. Maggie was practicing targeting, Atari was playing video games. Mario was being Mario. In Fishy Boopkins was playing with his brother Chop Chop. And Melanie was sleeping. How else were a girl made out of antioxidants be doing? And Bob was gambling. Everything was going normally. Then SMG4 gone message on his computer. Old file has been downloaded. SMG4 said old file. I didn't download this. Is Mario sent me weird memes again? I told him not to, cause some of those are viruses. Whatever, I'll just delete this. SMG4 couldn't delete it. That's weird, he said, and then when he clicked on the file, it revealed something looked like a drawing of a character. It was really old looking and it looked like drawing that a 4-year-old would draw. SMG4 assumed this must have been one of his old sketches he used to do when he was a kid. But that didn't explain how it got sent to him. SMG4 didn't think much of it. SMG4 just turned his computer off and left his room. But when he left, thing was crawling out of his computer. And it looked like a $% and plus. I know, pretty freaky, right? SMG4 went to see what Mario was doing. Hey Mario, he said. Mario was doing some very inappropriate things to a spaghetti. SMG4 was like, period. Brah. We talked about this. And then Mario and SMG4 heard something from SMG4's room. Mario said, SMG4, did you buy a weird keyboard again? SMG4 said, what, never. SMG4 was going to go check it out. But it occurred to him. Stuff like this happens all the time. But SMG4 said, not today. So SMG4 reached into his pocket and pointed out a gun. And when SMG4 did next, he kicked down his door. He said, if you're a fan, I'm not interested. And then he saw what he was looking at. It was a glitched out figure, staring at his computer. And then Mario appeared behind SMG4. He said, what you looking at? That scared SMG4. He told Mario to be quiet. SMG4 tiptoed over to the thing. Then he touched it. Nothing happened. SMG4 said, that's weird, I thought something would happen. And then SMG4 got flung and landed on top of Mario. SMG4 said, sorry Mario. And then Mario said, no problem, I enjoyed it. SMG4 said, what? And then the thing turned around. Mario SMG4 looked creeped out. And then the thing said hi. And then immediately SMG4 shot it. But the bullet went right through it. It said, sorry, I don't exist yet, but that would work soon. Mario and SMG4 looked confused. Then the thing said, where are my manners? Been a while, SMG4, you remember me? But when the creature said his name very muffled, and an SMG4 said, what? I don't know you, what are you? The entity said, what, you don't remember your first creation? My first creation, SMG4 said. The entity said, oh, I assume you probably didn't remember me. After all, you forgot about me. If you're my first character. If you are my first character, of course I wouldn't remember you. And then the thing said, don't worry, everything will remember me. And then SMG4 said, I don't know who you are or what you are and what you're doing here. Can you please go back in my computer when you probably belong? And then the thing said, I don't have to, I took all I needed from it already. And then SMG4 said with rage, what, did you go through my dating profile? The entity know you had no matches, so what was the point? SMG4 said, oh man. Mario said, hey, you don't make fun of my friend's extremely sad life. Mario took off his shoe and threw it at it. But then the shoe bounced off of it and went back to Mario's face. SMG4 said, okay, time to run, Mario. Mario said agreed. Then they ran out of the SMG4 castle. And they ran straight into SMG3. SMG3 said, what the heck, guys, I was carrying those bombs. SMG4 said, SMG3, quick, something is. And then the doors of the castle swung open. The entity was right there. Then SMG3 said, what the heck is that? SMG4 said, I have no idea. Mario said Mario was terrified for his life. And then the thing came closer. And then SMG3 said, dudes, I told you when we deal with the problem, shooting it helps. SMG4 said, I did. Then SMG3 looked at the bombs he was carrying. The entity was surrounded by them. SMG3 said, don't worry guys, bombs can handle this. SMG3 pushed the button and they exploded. But nothing happened to the entity when they exploded. SMG3 was like. Then SMG3 said, run, fat Italians. And then they were running away. The entity said, what, see you run? When does no one you can run to? The creature snapped his fingers. Time itself rose. And the tree stopped. SMG3 said, what happened? Why is everything not moving anymore? And then SMG4 looked in the sky and there was the entity flying. And then SMG4 said, what do you want? And then the entity sighed. Your life. In the entity lifted SMG4 the ground. Then the entity sighed, you want time to be restored. Come find me at the first place you know. The creature disappeared in SMG4 foul. Then SMG3 said, what was that thing? What happened to our world? Mario said, where's my spaghetti? SMG4 said, what did he mean by the first place I know? Then he said, wait. Then SMG4 turned around inside, guys, I might know where he is. SMG3 said, great, but I'm still frozen. SMG4 said, well, he said if we find him he'll unfreeze time. Then SMG3 said, we don't know if that thing was telling the truth. It could be leading us into a trap. Then SMG4 said, it's the only way we can fix this. And SMG3 said, well, how are we going to fix it when everything's frozen? Then SMG4 thought he said our world was frozen, not anything outside it. Then SMG3 said, what do you mean, dude? Then SMG4 said with a breath, I know some people who can help us. SMG3 and Mario said at the same time, who? Then SMG4 pulled out his phone, clicked on an app he hasn't clicked on in a while. Then he pressed something that said location revealed. Then 3 hours later, they were preparing for a fight. Mario was packing spaghetti, SMG3 was packing bombs, and I'm not sure what SMG4 was packing. And then Mario said, so SMG4, who are these people you know? SMG4 said, well, they're not exactly people. Then SMG3 said, then who are they? Just some old friends I know, SMG4 said. Mario and SMG3 looked confused. Then they looked in the sky, something was falling out of it. Then Mario said, don't worry guys, I'll stop it. Mario held up his hands and said, you shall not. Then Mario got crushed by the rocket. Then SMG3 said, wow. SMG4 looked upset. Then they saw 4 lights in the rocket. The lights look like these. XXX. And that is it for episode 1. Reminder, this story has no connection to Glitch Productions on the characters here, and it is just a fan-made story. I think will be good in the actual show. Enjoy. When the rocket landed, SMG4 said, they're here. SMG3 said, who are those things? Then the door of the spaceship opened aggressively. Then 3 things flew out of it. Then SMG3 said with a smile, dude, you didn't tell me you knew any friends who could fly. Then one of the robots landed on top of SMG3, pinning him down. Then SMG4 said, wait, stop. But much like Darth Vader with the Force, SMG4 got lifted off the ground and then he started choking. The person who was lifting him looked like this. Then she said, I have 3 questions. Why did you finally decide to reveal your location, and why did you bring us here? And where is it? Then SMG4 said, I. Then 2 robots surrounded SMG4, guns loaded. Send the robot that was holding SMG3 said, here, let me give you a better view of your friend's death. And before SMG3 could say anything, the robot plugged his mouth with her tail. Then the robots settled at the same time. Just say when, Yuzi. Then the robot named Yuzi said, tell me where it is by the count of 10 or else. She started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then SMG4 said, wait. I can get you the location. And Yuzi said, in the cure. SMG4 said, yes, all of it. Just going to help me this one time and it's all yours. Then Yuzi said, stand down. Then the 2 robots put their guns away. Then the robot that was holding down SMG3. Looks like it's your lucky day. SMG3 and SMG4. Any sad, dude, are you okay? SMG4, I'm fine, he said. SMG3 said good, and SMG3 started strangling SMG4, saying, what the heck was that? And that what are these things? And then SMG4 said, West Settle Brass, can you please let me explain? It's an SMG4 said. SMG3, meet the murder drones. Then one of the drones said, hi, I'm N. Then N said, sorry about that. Then he said, just we haven't been here in a while and your friend has something we need. Well, our commander Yuzi needs. SMG4 said, commander, with a supplies look. Then it was he said, yeah, I'm command, so what? SMG4 said, well, last time I saw you, you're trying to fight the disassembled drones, not be their commander. Then Yuzi said, things change. Then she said, so who's the other one? SMG4 said, that's SMG3. Then Izzy said, weird, I didn't know you have a brother. Then they both said at the same time, brother, no, never. Smg4 said Smg3 is more frenemy than a brother. Then Smg3 said exactly while hugging Smg4. Yuzi said right. Then Yuzi pointed at her team. That's N my searcher. That's V my wild card. And that's J my medic. Then SMG4 said it's nice to see you guys again. Then SMG4 said it's great to see you J have a head on your body. Then J pulling out a very big gun. Then Yuzi pulled out a device saying at ease. Then J said sorry commander. So Yuzi said what do you need help with? Then SMG4 was about to say something when the rocket behind them blew up. Then Mario said with rage and anger, you freaking Terminators crushed me. In the murder drones we're getting ready to attack. Then SMG4 said wait then he said Mario robots friends. Then Mario looked at SMG4 said what they crushed me. Then SMG4 said well it was an accident right guys. Then Yuzi said ask V she was driving. Then Mario rushed towards V. Then Mario said Mario is about to do something very illegal. Then Jay Shauna darn it Mario. Then Mario said Mama my that's some good stuff then he fell over and fainted. Then SMG4 said. Then Jay said he'll be fine he's just really relaxed right now. Then SMG4 said without any further interruptions. We need you guys for one reason and one reason only. Help us take on a threat and if you succeed all that you need I'll give to you.
That was way longer than I thought. I'm gonna stop here. Maybe I'll show you the rest some other time or not. But if you guys like it, please comment in. If you guys think it was too long, then I'm sorry. It's actually way longer than that. Like there's actually like 20, 20, 22 pages. But if you guys want more, I could do more. Or if you guys want me to show you the whole story, feel I might do it in another video. Bye.